Hey, what's going on, Fanatic family? Welcome into the Stat Line. I'm your host, the Stat Guy, where we talk all things Gamecock football. And the stat line of the week from week one: 20 tackles, one tackle for a loss, two pass deflections, and a big interception coming from your brand new linebacker room. Hey, man, we're going to get into that and so much more right after the intro. Spin it.
And he's not had a pass. Look at this, fourth down. He's not had a snap. Here comes that pressure. Lost it up, looking for Kelly. Touchdown! Can you believe it?
What's going on, YouTube family? Tonight, I got a special guest. I'm going to be joined by Kobe from Blitz City Podcast, talking all things HBCU. We're going to dive into this South Carolina State game. Let's go ahead and bring my boy Kobe on in, see how he's doing tonight. Hey, man, how you doing?
I'm doing good, man. How about you?
Doing good, man. Appreciate you stopping by to talk a little SC State with us tonight, man.
Man, I'm excited, bro. This is I'm excited to get this going. I feel like we should play each other more often instead of going as far as we do for money games like this. I'm excited, man. This is gonna be my first time in Willie B.
Okay, and you get a night game too. Hey, you in for an experience.
Oh my God. Sold out. Man, I can't wait.
What were your thoughts overall just on week one of college football?
Crazy. And I think there was a lot of overreactions. And that's what I hate. You know what I'm saying? Like the whole discourse around the Arch Manning, I don't even want to touch it. I don't even want to listen to it, right? So many close games, so many just I'm not gonna say struggle wins, but it was just like it's still a lot of uncertainty this season. And I just wish people would let things play out instead of just automatically jumping to conclusions. But it was exciting.
Yeah, but I think that's the fandom in all of us. Everybody wants to, whatever you see, give me the here and now.
Right.
Like from play to play, like, oh, that touchdown was awesome. We ain't gonna talk about this sack though. Like,
right.
We just keep it moving. How important for a school like SC State getting to play at South Carolina? I think I saw the payout for the game is $500,000. How important is that for South Carolina State overall to their athletic program?
It's essential. It's a part of the reason why we play these FBS games every year. A couple of years ago it was Clemson. Last year it was Georgia Southern. We take these games because HBCUs are most of them are notoriously underfunded by the state. And even though we get booster dollars and and things like that, and we get alum dollars, these types of playout games are essential to the program. Like we need it, and it's not just about the money, even though it does help. It's about the opportunities that our players get. We put so much players, South Carolina State specifically, we put so much players in the NFL that we do because of these games. The last player we got drafted was 4 years ago. Jacoby Durant went fourth round to the Rams. He's currently still the starter there, but he got drafted because the Rams GM said he was just turned on the game. He was just turned on the TV one day, and he just saw Clemson versus South Carolina State, and he just happened to see Jacoby Durant get 2 interceptions off of DJ Uyunglele. So and that's what made them put Jacoby on the radar. That's why he got drafted there. So these types of games are important. It's not just about the money. It's about the look too, the look that we get.
Right. That's one thing. So I'm a big proponent. I would love to see the SEC, the Big Ten, the power conferences get away from the FCS games and go to just strictly playing other Power 4 teams. But in exchange, I would like to see the spring game be a money game, basically. Pay State or Furman or whoever to come on down, help them out financially, and then also do the same during fall practice. And maybe that first week of fall, you have 2 or 3 days where you practice together and then you have a scrimmage together. And I think doing something like that would be great. Money-wise, it's still helping out the other institutions. Plus, you get to give these players a chance to get onto a bigger campus to maybe open their eyes to keep pushing to chase their dream instead of just feeling like they're stuck in the mud where they're at.
Yeah. So I would actually love to see that as well. I'm all for joint practices in college football, and I really thought they were going to let it happen between Dion and Syracuse last season. And I think they're still going to do it. I just think they needed to. It was just too soon of a proposition. I think they need to work things out first. I think that's still going to come, but no, I agree with you. I think that it would be a great opportunity for these kids um. And here's the thing: in the age of the transfer portal, we're getting guys like poached from FCS in general a lot. So I don't think it's a problem like as far as like them getting the opportunities, but I just think that being a fan of college football, right? I understand why you look at it as like, okay, I'm tired of playing FCS schools. I get it. I'm an Oregon fan. I'm tired of seeing us playing a cupcake week 1. You know what I'm saying? Like, cool. Like we beat Montana State. That doesn't tell me where we're at. You know what I'm saying? So I understand it. But then you also look at it from the other side of these kids. Some of them do need the opportunity. They need the eyes on them. Some of them who can't necessarily transfer. Maybe they don't have a year left of eligibility to transfer to a bigger school. They kind of need that look. So I get both sides of it.
Oh, and South Carolina has a running back from state that transferred last year, Jawan Howell. And I know he's kind of fallen a little bit further down the depth chart this year with us bringing in a couple transfer portal guys. Right. But still, played at state 2 years, had a good year, and then was able to get on out there and go to the SEC. Whether it was the right move or not, can't blame a kid for wanting more for himself.
And we didn't. Jawan Howell, he was so close to not even being an FCS Division I player. Coach Pugh found him, right? We didn't expect him to start. I remember this. He came in. I went to one spring practice, and he had this crazy run where he ran to the right and you thought he was tackled, but he just teleported out of it and went down the sideline to the house. And I was just like, oh, this kid is special. And then you seen him all throughout our freshman year. We relied on him, a true freshman, and he showed out. He was the best player in the conference as a true freshman. So when he had that breakout game on homecoming when he rushed for 300 yards, I looked at my co-host and I was like, bro, he's not going to be here next year. He's not going to be here next year. And sure enough, everybody knew it, so we wasn't upset with him. But sure enough, as soon as he entered the portal, Charlotte offered. All of these schools offered. And then, he ends up being a Gamecock. So, yeah, no, I don't know what exactly is going. I figured he was going to fall behind when y'all brought those two running backs in, but overall, man, you can't blame a kid. You cannot blame a kid when he gets that bag thrown at him. Well, when he gets an opportunity to play at the biggest stage of college football. All of us looked at Jawan, man, and we knew he was meant for more. So we wished him the best, and we thanked him for what he did. Do we wish he could have stayed like an extra year? Of course, but it is what it is. We're still happy for him. We're still going to be happy to see him Saturday.
Well, so a big question I do have for you before we get more into the preview side of things. When it comes to a school like State, I know they have the Celebration Bowl if they win the MEAC. Is that more important to an HBCU than going to the FCS playoffs?
Yes, and for one major reason. The FCS playoffs, there's no guaranteed payout. You lose money. Every school that participates in it, they lose money on a weekly if they keep winning. Meanwhile, if you make it to the Celebration Bowl, you're guaranteed $1 million. You're guaranteed that. It's that's the main thing. It's more lucrative for us to be in the Celebration Bowl versus the FCS playoffs.
Because I always wondered that. Even I kind of really started paying attention to it when Dion was at Jacksonville State, and I was like, man, this is interesting. Why doesn't their champion go to the FCS playoffs? And then I saw how big they were talking about it. I was like, man, maybe the Celebration Bowl is just where it's at. But if it's a money thing, I can't be mad at that at all.
It's a money thing for sure. And the thing is, for the MEAC specifically, right? We had 3 schools go to PWI conferences in FCS and leave the MEAC. Then we had another 3 join the SWAC. So now the MEAC conference doesn't even have an automatic bid to the FCS playoff because they don't have enough teams. They have like 5 teams left in the conference. So you know what I'm saying? Like it has to be fair for everyone. And this is a hot button topic in HBCU football. Hot button, so hot that nobody wants to touch it, right? Because the discourse has just gotten tired. There are people in HBCU who want to see us in the playoffs, who want to see us contend for an FCS national championship, and there are people who are okay with us having an HBCU championship because at the end of the day, it is about money. We do not want to lose money. We want to make money. And in that Celebration Bowl, you get $1 million.
Right. And it's not for one team, it's for 2. It's paying out 2 teams. Both
It's
for making it.
So, 2 teams.
Yeah, so you helping out 2 universities, 2 towns, 2 programs, all of that, instead of, there being the 2 conference champions, they would for sure go to the FCS playoffs. But like you said, how far would they go?
Right.
Or then too, like if they depend on, because I know they do they do like straight seasons. They don't care about all this. Oh, you won this or you won that. They do straight seasons. Man, y'all mess around, have to fly to Montana week 1 of the playoffs. Now what you like, that hurts the wallet. Like
that, you know, and that was one of the main factors in why we decided to go to Celebration Bowl route. And it's been lucrative. I mean, you've seen the Dion Celebration Bowls with Travis, with Travis Hunter. You've seen him catching the last second touchdown. It's been lucrative, man. It's been great games and still wound up losing in overtime. So like, no, it's a great site. It's a great venue. At the Falcon Stadium, we love the Celebration Bowl.
Okay, awesome. What I know you said you're going to the game. What you most looking forward about for your first trip into Willie B?
I cannot wait to see the intro, right, for the Gamecocks. Because like I said, I'm born and raised in South Carolina, so I may be an Oregon fan, but that's something I selected on my own. Like I support the Gamecocks wholeheartedly. So I'm always looking at the light show with y'all like doing the towels and everything, and Sandstorm. I want to experience that in real time, and I'm gonna finally get the opportunity. And on top of that, it's a night game. It's sold out, bro. It's I can't wait to just be a part of that electric energy. I'm just gonna be recording everything. You see what I'm saying? Like I just can't wait to experience it.
I will let you know, enjoy the first half. It'll probably get light in there at halftime. It's going to empty out. Our students have historically decided to go elsewhere for second half of games like that. But the first half, especially the intro, it will be absolutely electric in there. First home game. And a couple new things this year. You have the deal they signed with Blanchard Mechanical. So you have that logo on the field now. They moved the palmetto tree into both end zones. So kind of some new stadium look stuff. Yeah. I will let you know the entrance is not as good as it used to be. They bring Cocky out on this little caboose now with the starter that does the Gamecock chant. And it's cool. I think it's more for the kids. But man, there was nothing in the cage being out there covered with the black towel. You know where he's at. The cage starts shaking. Everybody's going crazy. They whip it off, and the place just explodes. Like our old entrance used to be live. I still think it's one of the best entrances in college football, but I'm a homer, so.
Yo, I've watched all the videos, and I know exactly what you're talking about. I just always wished I could be there to be a part of it. So even though it's kind of gone down a little bit, I'm still excited. I'm still very excited.
Now, I will let you know. So while overall, if you're just talking about entrances, there's places that probably you would put ahead of us, but the atmosphere from the time the team runs out until toe meets leather on the opening kickoff, I don't think anybody touches us when it comes to that, because you'll have 2001 into Sandstorm. It'll be a bunch of white towels waving in unison, a USC chant going on with Sandstorm. It's going to be absolutely electric. Even for a game like South Carolina State, South Carolina fans don't care. They're crazy. And it being a night game,
I'm elated, bro. I'm so excited right now.
What as far as from South Carolina, who are you most looking forward to seeing in person from the football team who you looking to see play for the first time?
Nick Harbor. I like that kid a lot, and I'm glad that he's hit the ground running this year, because I know the first 2 years were kind of iffy for him. So he's definitely hit the ground running this season. So him. I'm very. I just want to see Jawan in, like, up close in the gear. You know, it's been a couple years since we've seen him, and you know, every time I saw him on TV for the Gamecocks, I couldn't help but be happy for him, be proud of him. So I want to see Jawan, and Lanorris. I mean, man, the guy that he is, and I'm happy that he's finally starting to get the recognition he deserves. He was turning into a Heisman hopeful. Scouts are starting to drool about him and the size, and he is a cheat code. So those three guys, man, I really can't wait to see.
Well, Jawan, you'll definitely probably get some love in the second half. I would expect him to get some good touches. If we do what we should in the first half, man, Lanorris is like, he's massive. Like, he just doesn't sit like they don't. I saw somebody was like, man, they don't build NFL quarterbacks 6'3", 240. What are we supposed to do? Like, he's like, of course we're licking our chops. Like, this isn't real. The Nick Harbor, I'm glad that I've said all along he needed to choose track or football. I didn't care which one, but he couldn't be great at both. I felt his athleticism, he has potential to be great, but that we needed him to choose and focus on one or the other. So to have a true off season, to go through spring ball for the first time, to go through fall camp for the first time, and be 100% leading up into the year, I think is where we're seeing this. Still has to work on catching the football. But again, he's 6'5". Like, he's got a body frame that he's going to put himself in position to make a lot of plays.
Man. And you know what? Dylan Stewart, I forgot to say him too. Dylan Stewart. I mean, one of the more better defensive linemen in the nation, man. I can't wait to see him as well. You know, he that kid's a freak.
Yeah, quick. And then he's only got one move. He only has one move. But it is an elite shoulder hip. Elite shoulder.
Oh my God, he gets there. He really gets under there.
Now it's his only move, but I guess if your only move's a money move, who can I be to hate on you for it? What is far from South Carolina State would you like to see to feel comfortable about them getting ready to gear up heading into the MEAC? Or is this a game that you don't take anything from it? Whatever happens, happens.
The only thing I really want for us is to get out with no injuries, because we have a chance to get back to the HBCU national championship like we did last year, and it's going to come down between us and another team basically. So I want to make sure that we get out and we're healthy for the most part. Also, the only thing I really want to see from this is, because I know how great our defense is, and that's cool. But right now we're still running the 2-quarterback system, because we're still trying to find that guy to lead us the rest of the season. So I feel like whoever has a better showing versus an SEC's defense, like maybe this could be our answer going forward. Maybe one guy does separate himself from the other one, as much as possible versus a talented defense like this. So really, I just want us to get out healthy. And try to find that guy to lead our offense for the rest of the season. Aside from that, I'm cool. We know what this game is. It's a money game. This is a tune-up for y'all. This is a opportunity for us. I just need it to be that. We don't need to be fancy. We don't need to try to do anything extra. You know what I'm saying? Let's just have a good contest and get out of there.
Don't need y'all to be showing y'all's trick plays off or none of that. Just go run the offense and
man.
And I've never thought about it from the other side, because from the South Carolina fan perspective, it's like, please get out of here with no injuries. A couple guys are sitting out that aren't quite 100%, which I get, but get out of here with no injuries and work on some things offensively, and then maybe work on some new things defensively to try to figure out who you are as a football team going forward. But other than that, I know you got some schools like the Ole Misses of the world. Man, they beat these type of teams 70-0. I don't think it's going to be that type of game. While I would love that, I just don't think that that's what it's going to be. I could see us scoring touchdowns on our first 5 drives, and then Lanorris being done before halftime to try to get these backup quarterbacks some snaps, and then who knows what the offense looks like with new quarterbacks, bunch of freshman receivers.
Right.
I think I think a freshman on offense is going to have the biggest numbers of the day, whether it's one of the wide receivers or whether it's Cutter Woods. I fully expect one of them to be the guy as far as if you just look at it from a number standpoint. But kind of same thing, man. Let's get out of here without any injuries. Hopefully nobody does anything stupid, no targetings or anything like that.
Yeah.
And let's keep it moving.
You know, I honestly forgot about Cutter Woods, man. Like y'all have a lot of guys I really can't wait to see up close, man.
Well, so I think that's the biggest difference heading into this year is it feels like South Carolina actually finally has a quarterback room. You have Lanorris, you have Luke Doty, who's technically listed as the backup. He's played in SEC games before. He's been a wide receiver, just a team guy. You have Aaron Nolan, who was highly touted coming out of high school before enrolling at Ohio State and redshirting last year. And so it's like you have all these guys, and then you add Cutter Woods, true freshman, probably going to redshirt this year. And then the quarterback that we got in this year's class that'll be on campus come spring, Glendon Duckworth, is a problem. I'm really excited for him. He's from Jackson, Alabama, and he is going to be – I think he's the next one. I think he's going to come in and rattle that quarterback room up. I really, really like his game.
Okay, cool. I can't wait to see how that turns out.
So who do y'all have? Do y'all start conference play following week after us, or do y'all still have a couple more tune-ups?
No. We have an out of conference game with another HBCU who used to be in our conference. You know, and then after that we have Central Florida, and then we'll start conference play. Then we'll have Charleston Southern. Then we'll start conference play after that.
Okay, that those other like when you play other HBCUs in the non-conference, are they just as impactful as the conference games? So y'all get the same type of turnout when they're home games as if they're conference games?
Yeah, because you know, like I said, a lot of these schools used to be in the same conference with us, and the move just happened like 4 years ago at the earliest. So there's still the bragging rights. You know, like the HBCU community, when it comes to playing each other, they get nasty, man. It's a lot of this, and it's all a good fun, but they get serious. So any HBCU, anytime we link up to play each other, it's gonna be serious. You know, and even though they are in a different conference, so it's not gonna hurt us as far as getting to the Celebration Bowl, because only a conference game can do that. It's gonna carry a lot of weight as far as rankings, bragging rights, and stuff like that. So it still matters a lot.
I got you. So I haven't heard. I know it's something they've done in the past. Do you think we get to see South Carolina State's band march on Saturday?
I haven't heard anything about that, and I hope so. I don't see why we wouldn't, right? Because this isn't a long trip. This is like an hour and some change. I don't see why we wouldn't be able to bring the band this time. So yeah, I hope that's something we see.
I know it's something we've done in the past for some HBCUs. I would love to, for the same thing, give those students that opportunity to play in front of 80,000 people.
Exactly.
Obviously we know how serious HBCUs take their bands. So
very serious.
Very much more serious than SEC schools, I'm sure. So what better thing to do than to put them on that stage? And who knows, maybe they'll do something pregame with letting them do national anthem or something. I know they've done different stuff like that in the past. So that's one of the things I am looking forward to see what they end up doing with the band. I think they'll be here for sure though.
Yeah, no, if they are coming, definitely expect them to get a little flashy and show out a little bit, because this will be a great opportunity for them. And anytime you have an opportunity like that for an HBCU band to show out, you give them a spotlight, a stage. They want to leave you satisfied. They want to leave you guys entertained. So that it's gonna be good for sure if they come.
One of my Coach I's guys getting in the comments. Appreciate you jumping in. Hey, man, we talking South Carolina Gamecock football every Thursday at 8 o'clock. You already know we all about the Gamecocks. Hopefully we see them dogs in the bins for the SEC championship. I'm speaking it into existence now because that's where I want to be. If I don't believe it, nobody else will. Well, go ahead. Give me let me get if you had to put a score prediction on it, what would you put as the score?
Because I hate to do this to my own team, man. I expect y'all to be in the 40-50 range. For sure. I pray it doesn't get above that. But our defense is very talented, so I have faith in that. I'll be fine with that. Offensively, however, that's the unknown because running a two quarterback system,
Brutal.
brutal against a defense like this. So um, I if we could get on the if we could get in the box, honestly, I'd be very happy, but I'm not expecting it. We're still, at least not early on anyway. Not against the starters. We're still trying to find that guy at quarterback right now. So it's gonna be a little brutal offensively because we're still figuring things out.
So my one big goal for the game is don't let y'all get a touchdown. As much as I'm sure they want to get the touchdown, we haven't given up a touchdown yet this year. I want to
Right.
roll that streak out as long as we can. But I do see y'all getting a couple field goals, whether it's
Mhm.
late or whatever the case may be, whether it's off some turnovers or whatever. But I don't see us. I could see it being like a 38 or 41-6 type deal. If we get over 40, I don't think we get over 45. We have the offensive pieces to do that, but I think once the second half comes, just unless y'all aren't tackling our running backs and there's nothing they can do, I think that they'll be very content with running the ball and punting and just getting out of there
Right.
with however the game ends up. So I would be shocked if we score more than 45 points. I just don't see that being a thing.
Mm. I agree. 45 seems like a really good sweet spot.
Well, man, look, I appreciate you jumping on with us tonight. Appreciate the input you were able to give me about South Carolina State, man. You always welcome on being a fellow South Carolina boy. Always welcome to come on and talk some ball with me. So for Kobe, I'm the stat guy. This has been the Stat Line. We'll see you next Thursday night at 8 p.m. We out of here. Peace.